Alright folks, we're going to do number 3. Vector B has an xy component of 4 in the I hat direction plus 6 in the j hat direction plus 3 in the k hat direction. And calculate the magnitude of B and the angle with the... What the fuck? Seriously? Sorry folks, I'm just tired right now. Alright folks, so 4, 6, and 3. Calculate the magnitude of B. Well, the magnitude of B, I guess I might as well draw this since this problem is kind of weird. This is going to be the x-axis. And the y-axis. And the z-axis. So here are the coordinate systems. And you have 4 in the I-hat direction, 3 in the j-hat direction, and 6 and 3 in the k-hat directions. So you're going to have a graph that looks something along the lines of this. So you're going to have a vector. To get the Pythagorean theorem of B, to get this magnitude, recognize one thing. Recognize that the component here is going to be 4 and 6. And that's the radius. And we know that if this is a right triangle, that Pythagorean theorem is going to be 4 square plus 6 square. So this is going to be the radius. Now, if we add another component, let's say some value of the z-axis here, which is 3, then we're going to take that 3 square plus r square. In other words, this whole thing will ultimately result in the 4 square plus 3 square plus 6 square. Anyway, 4 square plus 6 square is r square plus 3 square. So this is what I guess we could still call this a Pythagorean theorem. Call it whatever you guys want. So that magnitude, once you calculate that, the magnitude of B is going to be 7.81 units. So that's it, folks. So that's the magnitude. Now the question is asking, and I don't know how to do these at the top of my head, so calculate the magnitude of B, which we just did that, and the angle B makes to the coordinate axis. Now we gotta be a little specific here. This is a vector B, right? And it's made up of these 3 components. So what are we talking about the angle? We can make this the angle between the y and the x-axis. We can make this an angle between, if I can visualize this, which I can. So we can make this an angle I guess in the I'm a little okay, so we can make this angle between the I guess the y and the z-axis, which is going to look, you're just going to have to tilt this a little, and then the angle between the z and the x-axis, or the x-axis to the z-axis. So I'm just going to visually look at this. All right, folks, I'm going to put the solution manual. Visually, I can actually read the angle. It's actually this angle and the angle is it's a bit tilted from the perspective that these values are. I mean, you could graph it and see for yourself, but anyway, here.